Hello and welcome to another adventure on this planet Earth. I'm Mark Gilchrist, and this week we're going to visit the Korean War Memorial and also try and understand just how all this mess started out there. I guess I'll start with this obelisk here, which has inscribings throughout it and is surrounded by these beautiful statues. It represents the men and women and children who fought for the South. Here in the central area, flags from all the nations that participated in the fight surround a small disc that reads, "If you want peace, remember war." Below each flag is a beautiful monument for each country describing basically its participation. Off to one side of this circle are airplanes, tanks, helicopters, a display of the war that brought the peace. Between the circle and the exhibits inside are two open hallways lined with plaques that name every soldier from every country who died in the war. I photographed the 48 plaques that list the thousands of U.S. men and women who were killed, and I'll roll them at the end of this video. Alright, so who's to blame for the war in Korea and actually in Vietnam? Well, of course, the Soviet Union and China, but also in a big way, Japan was. Let's set the table here. About a century ago, Japan wanted to take over Asia. During this time, and especially during and after World War II, Japan just ravaged Asia. For some reason, they left Thailand alone. What this did was leave all these countries very vulnerable. The Soviet Union had declared war on Japan and had decided to take the spoils of Japan's losses throughout the region. So we were not acting out of just emotional fear. It was very credible that the Soviet Union was going to be able to take its communism throughout the whole region. The war started in 1950 when the North invaded the South. The United Nations quickly took action, and the U.S. joined 20 other countries in defending the South. It took 3 years and a tie game was declared. What we know is the Korean War ended on July 27th, 1953. And well, it actually still has an end. There was no peace treaty, no declaration at the end of the war. They're still at odds. They're preparing for that day when the wall comes down and the two countries become closer together. There are already roads between the countries for commerce, and I've seen built large border stations where they can process hundreds of people at a time. Korea. Beautiful, beautiful Korea. A land that Americans know of mostly as the backdrop to our favorite TV show. A land that everybody wanted. The Japanese, the Chinese, the Soviets. Ultimately a land that nobody got, but in the process split in half, with the northern part left to rot under a brutal dictatorship. I've talked to many South Koreans who are just not so gleeful about that border opening, and millions of impoverished North Koreans come flooding down into the South. It would devastate the economy. So if that border ever does come down, it'll be a long, slow process for Korea to become a single country once again. While at the Korean War Memorial, I photographed all the 48 bronze plaques that hold the names of some 38,000 Americans who died during the war. All the names are organized alphabetically by state, and if you're looking for a particular name, you can pause the video. Or even better, I've posted high-resolution photographs on my website, onthisplanetearth.com. The reason I photographed them was I looked on the internet and I didn't see a listing anywhere of Americans killed during the Korean War. I tell you, I had a heck of a time photographing these things. The light was horrible. I was just using a point-and-shoot camera. Well, thanks for hanging. I hope you enjoyed my latest adventure. I'm Mark Gilchrist, and I am, you are, we all are on this planet Earth.